Beautiful family, I do hope that you're doing fantastic. I do hope that the month of August is coming up just as you had hoped it to. I want to welcome you on this particular platform, which is a Homeland Africa Live. And at the end of the day, we have decided to question this particular segment, The Dose of Truth. And the goal is to just question notions and also question some of the things that are said on different platforms. And on this particular segment, I just wanted to ask a very, very important question. Do you feel, or is there joy and happiness that comes from ownership, from owning things? I'm just asking joy and happiness that comes from ownership or owning things. Because that particular notion has actually been questioned, and the joy that comes from owning things is actually also in question. And I'm talking about a comment that was made in one of the World Economic Forums that are normally held in Switzerland. That was Switzerland. And one of back in 2016, there was an essay that was written by a Danish politician, a member of parliament. And this is, her name is Ida Oken. And so she did write an essay, and on the essay, she was quoted saying that welcome, the essay was a welcome to 2030. And of course, all of us know that in 2030, many countries have made plans for 2030, and they have decided this is what we want our country to look like in 2030. For example, in Kenya, there was a Vision 2030 that was put together by Mwai Kibaki's government. That was the Vision 2030. And these are some prospects on what people would like 2030 to look like for them, or 2030 to look like for the nation. And they were talking about sustainable development and other different goals that were being painted. What a picture, what the picture of 2030 would look like based on some of these plans that were being made with this Vision 2030. But in that essay, going back to the essay that was written by the Danish MP Ida Oken, she was saying that the essay was titled "Welcome to 2030," and she was saying that I own nothing, I have no privacy, and life has never been better. So these are the questions, or this is a notion that we are questioning today, because the quote was, welcome to 2030, I own nothing, I have no privacy, and life has never been better. Life has never been better. So my question was, is there a joy that comes with ownership? Personally, I would say yes. So for the reason as to why anyone would like to say that they do not want to own anything, or they have no ownership on things that it makes them feel better, that is actually a thing to be questioned. And also, she was saying that I have no privacy. There has been this dystopian view on outlook on things in the future, where it has been said that you will not own your own privacy. Privacy, the right to privacy cannot be guaranteed, and you might not even own your own privacy because there will be the state. In this case, there will be the state controlling your privacy. And that question also comes up when it comes to like the way we operate on different platforms, like on social media. So on social media, you might be thinking that your privacy is guaranteed, but that is not the case. I'm talking about, for example, when you give your information and you give your data, you do not even get to read what is going on with the fine print on the terms and conditions. So therefore, you're just there, you click next. Maybe you're signing up to a new social media platform, and you click next. And when you click on all these buttons, you do not have an idea of what you're actually signing up to, which is a very, very big problem. But in this dystopian view of a future time where you will not own anything and still be happy, where you will not have privacy and be happy, that is to be questioned. Because when you do have this World Economic Forum, this is a forum that is actually conducted every year around January, and this is actually in Davos, Switzerland. And you do have world leaders, we do have the CEOs of some of these grand companies. We do have people, even presidents. and other leaders in different, multi-billion industrial and companies meeting up in Davos, Switzerland, and then making pronouncements, pronouncements. Some of them are actually just undertones in the conversations. And when you put together these particular undertones, you do realize that something is up, something is going to happen. And you do realize that at the end of the day, uh, we are actually headed in a direction where you might not be able to come back. Because if you talk about your ownership, the ownership of your things being taken away from you, then it means that your fundamental freedoms and rights are actually also being infringed upon. Because if you come up and take my land, in some countries, there is a question of a land ownership, and there is an issue where you cannot really actually just own land, and land is owned by the government. So that also becomes an issue. But nonetheless, this is Spikes. How are you doing? How are you feeling? I do hope that you're doing wonderful. And I do hope that your weekend was just fine. For me, my weekend was all right. I cannot really complain much about the weekend. But I also did have an opportunity to just get to explore AI, artificial intelligence. And when you look at what artificial intelligence can do, I think the artificial intelligence is actually it's actually developing or progressing at a very, very fast pace, to a level where you might get to not have control over these systems. And this is my worry, that at the pace at which things are moving, we might get to a place where we are not in control any longer over these artificial intelligence systems. Because right now everything is coming with AI. If it's a new phone, it comes with AI. If it's a new software, it comes with an AI. If it's this and that, it comes with AI. And we have to ask ourselves, where are we headed as humanity? Because do we get to a point? Is there, is the fear unfounded, or is it a reality where we might get to a point where we are not able to control these systems that we call the AI? That is my big worry. Because right now, even with home systems, for example, home security systems, not just homes, but even industrial systems, they have been incorporated with AI to a level where you might not be able to go back. You might not be able to have full control of this, because the AI learning is moving so fast. And I was actually watching a video the other day, and on the video, the claim was that uh, one of the things AI cannot do is have curiosity. Because curiosity is like ingrained in our minds, or in how we are and how we operate. And therefore, in as much as you may talk about AI does not have curiosity. And even when you have AI resources, for example, you do have a resource center where you can find information with the AI, you realize that unless you know what you are looking for, then you are lost. For example, if you went into a big library, and this is a library, for example, let me just use a library in one of these big universities like Kenyatta University or Nairobi University, and you got into a library, and there are all sorts of books. You do not know exactly what you are looking for, then you will not be able to find it, and therefore, even for AI, we as the people who are using AI, if we do not know exactly what we're looking for, and we lack the spark of creativity, then it means that we are ended in a dangerous place. Because human curiosity, AI cannot replace human curiosity. For example, we know that even when talking about children, children grow up and they have a lot of curiosity. They want to know why this, why that, why can't I play with this, why can't I touch that, why can't I jump into that. So therefore, you do find that curiosity is essential, and human AI cannot replace human curiosity. Carl Wilkinson, thank you so much for joining us, and also Junior Nethercourt. Junior Nethercourt. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I don't want to slaughter the names, but I hope that is the case. Thank you so much for joining us on this platform. Carl Wilkinson, I hope I'm pronouncing it correct. So thank you so much for joining us. I have a question, and I was talking about a comment, from these Davos meetings that are held, the World Economic Forums. And this was from one of the World Economic Forums, where the Danish MP, her name is Ida Oken. She's, of course, based in Copenhagen, and she has been an MP since 2007. And in 2016, she made a comment, she made an essay, and on this essay, the essay was titled, Welcome to 2030. Right now, we're in 2026, almost heading to 2027, and these are just 3 years left. And she did say that I own nothing, I have no privacy, and life has never been better. So for one point, she talks about ownership, owning nothing. So owning nothing, so that the notion was that you will own nothing in the near future, you will own nothing, and you will be happy. The other assertion she made was that I have no privacy, and life has never been better. So I just wanted to get your feedback. Do you feel that there is a level of joy and happiness that comes from owning things? Personally, I do believe so. And therefore, if you tell me that the ownership of property and items will be taken away from me, and also my privacy will be taken away from me, then it means that you are also infringing in my fundamental rights and freedoms, because you're telling me that I no longer have control of my information. For example, my healthcare records. For example, I'm talking about my conversations with people and other things like that. So what is your opinion about these comments? And do you believe in the dystopian notion that in the near future, that is where we are headed, where you will not own anything, and where you do not even have control of your own information, and your privacy is not guaranteed? And that is my thinking, because for these world leaders, I was saying that the Davos, the World Economic Forums, when these meetings are done, you do find high-level or high-ranking officials of government. Is it okay if I can go now? Oh, sure. You can check out the video later. No worry, the video will still be here. Carl, you can check out the video later, and I appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so that when you do get a chance, you can always join us. You can, depends. If you're busy, you can watch the video later. But if you have some time, please stay with us. We really, really appreciate your time and your company on this particular platform. Is Homeland Africa. For those who have never had an opportunity to check out different places in Africa, we might be doing so very, very soon on this particular platform. We might be going around and just showing some of those particular places to you. Thank you so much, Wilkinson. I wish you a happy and a productive day. Peace to you. And also to Junior Neither Scott, peace to you. I do hope that everything is working out for you and your family, and the year is just moving along just nicely and swiftly. If not, things will still work out very, very soon, because at the end of the day, I'm a big believer in having a positive mindset, because positive thinking produces positive results. There's no way you're going to have a negative thinking about your day and have a positive day. It goes hand in hand, because positive thoughts and positive action will, of course, also render positive results. So I was saying, what is your opinion? Do you believe that you can stay without owning things and still be happy? Do you believe you can stay without owning things and still be happy? That is my question for you today, because there is that particular move, and there is that particular push to have a few control the ownership over everything, and have a few elites controlling the privacy of your information. And that is also a thing that we should be worried about. And that is what I am talking about on this segment, the dose of truth. Remember, you can connect with us on our different platforms. We are on Substack. And for those who are joining us today, thank you so much. We are on Substack. We are also on blog. We have a blog, which is you can find monyajispikes.blogspot.com or black2infinity.blogspot.com. And it is always a delight to have you join us and just catch up with us and just know what's up, what's going on with the world. How is it going for you on your end? Right here on the eastern part of Africa, it's cold. It's the cold season. Normally July and August. It's very cold. But we are still bracing ourselves and are staying warm nonetheless and staying productive nonetheless. So thank you so much for joining us. I want to end this particular stream here. You can subscribe. Please make sure you turn on, and make sure that you also join us, because the goal is to just reflect on things, reflect on life itself, and just add value to the conversations that are happening around us that have to do with us, and also just think about humanity, because this day and age, people have left humanity aside and decided this is now the way we are going. And if you show actions, you see actions like compassion, you're more likely to be astounded, because you're wondering how are such people that compassionate. It is because that compassion has left. Mostly these days, people are really just in that capitalistic mindset where you do not have time to lend a hand. You just have time to keep on doing and taking and taking and taking, which is rather quite crazy. Nonetheless, thank you so much. I want to wish you a happy and a productive day, and also a great week ahead. My name is Spikes. You can follow on X. I'm Monyeji Spikes on X. You can also follow Monyeji Spikes on IG, or find Hosted by Spikes on IG. And I will be more than glad to connect, and I just keep inspiring, and I just keep conversing, because the moment conversations are end, then it means that is where now progress ends. Because for progress to happen, it has to be conversations, and that is what we aim at on this particular platform. For now, much peace and love. Till next time. Kwaheri. Take care of yourself. Peace out.